Sorry about that, mic check. I like things to be said. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is my honor on behalf of Monroe County Historical and Genealogical Society and the Tompkinsville Monroe County Chamber of Commerce to welcome you to our 8th annual Red Dress Gala. This event is held annually as a fundraiser for the local museum. If you have not been in the local museum, I challenge you to go and see it. This time of year, it's only open by appointment, so you would need to call someone. But if you're having a family reunion or a class reunion, we can open it for you. We'd be happy to. You'll be amazed at our collection already. But unfortunately, keeping a museum open kind of comes with a bill. And so we decided to have the Red Dress Gala as a fundraiser for the museum. For those of you that may not know me, my name is Sheila Jo Brush, and I just got to tell you, I'll be serving tonight as your mistress of ceremony, and in my opinion, I've got the best view in the house. This is a beautiful sea of bread, ladies. Y'all did so good. And gentlemen, I just wanted you to know that if no one else has told you tonight how nice you look without your caps, I want you to know I'm telling you, you're looking good, okay? I mean, wow, right? We had an overwhelming response to this year's Red Dress Gala. Never before have so many people wanted to attend. And you might be thinking, well, my family couldn't get tickets. I was put on a waiting list, and I'm looking around this room and I see empty seats. I want you to know, every one of these seats would have been occupied. They were all sold. But as you know, we ain't having school tomorrow in Monroe County because we have the flu here. And we have had so many people to have to drop out due to sickness or emergency family sickness. But we sold 178 tickets this year. That's the most we've ever sold. So forgive if you were put on the waiting list, if you were told you couldn't have any more tickets, please forgive us. We tried to handle that situation the best we could. If you feel like you're a little tight and you want to spread out to a seat that's not occupied, by all means, make yourself at home. We want everybody to have a good time and have fun tonight. I want to begin, excuse me, Mary. Okay, we want to begin our evening by recognizing some special people. People that we could not throw this party without. And so, serving as some of our financial sponsors, if you are here representing Cleary Construction, please stand. There he is. Thank you so much. Is there anyone here tonight from Hamilton State Bank? There you go. Don't all just love you when you wait on you. I just love you. Precision Engineering. And you'll be seeing them again throughout the night, and we're so happy that they joined our party. South Central Bank. Okay. Stevens Manufacturing. Now, they not only provided all of those beautiful flowers that are on your table, they also put this beautiful backdrop up. Now, we have an official photographer here with us tonight. My Rose, Terry Susan Ferguson is here. But anybody can take a picture over here anytime they want. You can get pictures made with your classmates. You can get pictures made with your family. You can get pictures made with the organization you're here representing. Or you can just say, boy, I'm telling you, he looks good, and I want to get my picture made with him. Okay? We also really appreciate our in-kind sponsors. the Monroe County Extension Office, who allows us to use this fabulous space. Of course, the Historical Society is one of our partners in crime here. The old Walking Meeting House State Historic Site, let y'all have me. And the Tompkinsville Monroe County Chamber of Commerce. So when you visit these businesses, please take a second to thank them. When you walk past those Stevens girls tonight, tell them, say, oh my gosh, we're so glad y'all sponsored this event, okay? Not only them, but all of our sponsors, okay? Okay. This gala is dedicated each year to the memory of James E. and Judy Brown Carter. Now, I'm going to refer to him as Dr. Jimmy, because to me, that's what he was. He was Dr. Jimmy. Dr. Jimmy and Judy were Monroe County volunteers in their own right. And it was quite fitting when we came to the decision to name this event after them, because when I started looking back at their lives and all of the volunteer roles they played in our county, it was pretty amazing. Now, the part of the red dress I'm going to tell you is the entire story of the red dress is printed in your keepsake program. The keepsake program is not on the table because we're trying to keep some secrets. There's a lot of secrets going on here tonight, and we didn't want anybody to be flipping ahead. I know Dolores Strode would be flipping to the back to see what's going on. So the complete story of the red dress is in there, but I'm going to tell you just a real short little version. Little teaser, so you'll be sure and read that. First time I ever visited in Dr. Jimmy's home was when he hosted the Monroe County Historical Society, which, by the way, meets on Thursday nights, third Thursday of the month. We sure would love to have you there. And one conversation, it was like a museum. There were pictures everywhere, and he had all kinds of elephants. I didn't figure out why. I didn't know why. I thought the man is obsessed with elephants. Took me a while to catch on to that one. Anyways, one thing led to another, and he began to share the story of this beautiful lady in red dress. Now, he wasn't supposed to be where he was at, and he was supposed to be dancing with somebody else. But he saw this woman, and he did a double take and a triple take, and he told himself, I'm going to dance with her before this night is out. Long story short, he danced with her, and they had a whole house full of children. But they are so, please read their story. It is just really precious. And I heard that story that night at his home, and it never left me. I guess I'm a romantic at heart. And it just never went away. It never went away. Several years passed, probably 5. And we were trying to find a new fundraiser for the Historical Society. And I said, that red dress came back to me. And that's why we're here tonight. That's how we came with the Red Dress Gala. So make sure you read that, okay? Now with us tonight, Dr. Jimmy's children have supported this event from the get-go. And they allow us to use their mom and dad's pictures and their names and their story. And so we want to take just a second to introduce Dr. Jimmy's family that's with us tonight. We have, y'all remember Mary? I remember when she was about that big. Mary Carter Maxey. I call him Jim, but I guess the world might know him as James Carter Jr. And we're so glad. Mary came over from Glasgow, and Jim is here from Smyrna. So we appreciate them being here. Tina, you want to cut your kids loose? Come in here for just a minute. While those kids are coming in, we're going to take care of just real housekeeping, okay? I want y'all to have fun. I have fun everywhere I go. I'm going to have fun tonight. If you don't, I'm still going to. Okay? You're in main eye contact. Okay, so here's the thing. If you need to stand up, don't wait for me to give you permission. Just stand up. Go back over the back of the room and stand up, stretch your legs. I mean, we got long programs. Some of you get tired. Stand up. You need to stretch your legs. Okay? Restrooms are through those double doors right there and to your left. And if you haven't already done it, we sure would appreciate it if you would turn off your cell okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we could not hold this event. We talked about sponsors, we talked about people loaning us their family name, but we could not hold this event without this group of young people. Please give a round of applause to the Monroe County. Miss Charlotte Arnett, hope you get around there. Charlotte Arnett serves as the leader for 4-H Teen Club. Tina Ho is our extension agent for 4-H and youth development. Those children are all working to raise money for Project Prom. So here's what I'm going to tell you. They're going to be serving your tables, bringing out your food, they're going to be cleaning up your tables. If they serve you with a smile and do a good job, you tip them real good. That's going to go in that Project Prom kitty that they're trying to collect, okay? But now, boys and girls, if y'all sour face, they ain't going to give you no tips, okay? Just say, all right? So we're going to let them go back and get to work. And at this time, I would like to ask Historical Society member Larry Craig to come forward and offer the blessing.
Let's go to prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we're so very thankful for this day. Thankful for the many blessings that you bestow upon us each and every day. We're so very thankful for your loving grace. We're thankful for this opportunity that we have to recognize individuals and groups that are truly servants. And Heavenly Father, we want to recognize our men and women that are overseas in the 623rd and 138th Artillery. And we just want to ask a special prayer for them that you're in harm's way and bring them back home safely. And Heavenly Father, as we go through this, please keep in mind that we give all true thanks to you and glory. For these things we ask in Jesus' name.
Your food will be delivered in just a few minutes. Motivational speaker, never the same. And we were particularly determined this year to try to offer entertainment by someone from Monroe County. And we quickly honed in on who we thought that should be. Our guest entertainment tonight, as I said, is a local girl. She is a member of the class of 1976 from Tompkinsville High School. Go Bears, right? Yeah, all right, go Bears! Yes. I asked her if there was anything in particular that she wanted me to share in her introduction, and she said, no, you can just do it. So I'm going to tell you what I know about this woman. She was a good girl in school. Okay? And that says a lot about a person. She was a good girl. She was very, very active in the band. And I believe, if I remember correctly, oboe. Okay. She was an excellent student. And she took what she started with here as a Tompkinsville High School student. And she went to college. She got a degree. And today, she is a music therapist. And if you've never had anyone in your family to have music therapy, I'm telling you, it helps people. I've seen it work. She is also a recording artist. She specializes in Celtic music. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Monroe County's own Lorinda Froge Jones.
Thank you. I love
Everybody here?
Thank you, Sheila. When you say you're a very good girl, perhaps it means I was boring. Yes, share with you some dulcimer music. This is the state instrument of Kentucky. It was not the state instrument of Kentucky when I started playing it, but it is now. So I have some Kentucky music for you tonight. Never played on a podium before, but this works. Why not? It's all out on the open woods, all out on the sea, all out on the open road, far as I can see, swinging and turning, jubilee, living and learning. Some will come on Saturday night, some will come on Sunday. If you get at the chance, they'll be back on Monday, swinging and turning, jubilee, living and learning. All I want is a fat horse, born to feed it on. Pretty little girl, stay at home and feed it on. Swinging and turning, jubilee, living and learning. It's all out on the open road, it's all out on the sea, all out on the open road, as far as I can see, swinging and turning, jubilee, living and learning. Thank you. That's an old Kentucky, we call it a play party song, because there were songs that were played and performed when folks got together to do a little dancing. And at the time that this song was popular, dancing really wasn't allowed very much with the young folks, but if you called it a play party song, then the parents would come in and join in. So I learned about play party songs and songs like that, and songs of the mountains from Kentucky, when I met Jean Ritchie. Jean Ritchie was a folk singer from eastern Kentucky, and many of you probably seen her story on KBT. It's a wonderful story about growing up in the mountains of Kentucky. And her family played the dulcimer, and she took the dulcimer with her to New York City and met many of the folk singers like Pete Seeger and Lee Guthrie, and she was recorded by Smithsonian Folkways. And she's really what kept the dulcimer alive. So we kind of can refer to her as the mother of the mountain dulcimer. And she just recently passed away at the age of 98 in a nursing home in eastern Kentucky. But she is the reason that I started playing the dulcimer. as Sheila said, I graduated from the University of Kentucky with a music degree, and I was an oboe major. Had been very focused on classical music, playing in orchestra, and I was lucky enough to get a job in Hardin County School District. In their as one of their music teachers, I loved Hardin County schools because they were so supportive of the arts. There was an art and a music teacher in every school, elementary through high school, and I knew I wanted to be a part of that district that valued the arts. And so I got involved in a teaching program. First through the University of Kentucky, and then continued on a national level, learning about teaching children music through folk music. And that's where I ended up going to a conference in Atlanta, Georgia, and Jean Ritchie was there. I got to meet her and her family and hear about the stories of her growing up in Kentucky and the music that she played. And to me, it was a validation of growing up in Kentucky in a small southern town in Kentucky, and the music that I grew up around as well. And so I, at that time, decided I wanted to play the dulcimer and teach it to my children at school. I eventually started teaching at community college, and from there, I just continued to teach and play, and it's taken me all across the United States, and from East Coast to West Coast, playing and teaching on the dulcimer. It's a great community. The folk music that represents the dulcimer is music created and played by folks in a traditional community that is not based on reading music. It's based on sharing music in a community, much like the music of bluegrass, but it's an old-time folk music. So Jubilee was one of those songs that I heard from Jean Ritchie, and I ended up in, as I said, in Hardin County Schools. My plan was really not to stay there. I thought, I'll teach a couple of years, because I really had never planned to be a teacher. I loved music, and I thought, and I wanted to be in orchestra, and I thought, well, I need the money, so I'm going to teach for a couple of years, and then I'll go back to graduate school. But as I said, all the schools in Hardin County had both a music and an art teacher. So in my school, I met the art teacher who wasn't married. And when I went into his art room, I immediately knew I wanted to get to know this person better. And so the next song that I'm going to sing to you is kind of an Irish version, I think, that kind of reflects my story. And since Sheila told you a little bit about Dr. Jimmy and his wife and the Red Dress Gala story, this is my own little Red Dress Gala story. When the first time I brought this art teacher down to Tompkinsville, my mom was having a gathering at her house to celebrate my grandpa Froge's 90th birthday, and everyone was gathered there in the backyard. And the first surprise they got was when we showed up on his motorcycle. And I don't know if any of you still remember my parents, but you're going to know why this gets me out. And then the second surprise is when he took off his helmet and shook out his mom. And the third surprise was yet the best, because I told him he was from Bardstown. He was number 10 out of 15 children from a very devout Catholic family. My dad was a missionary Baptist. So he had 3 strikes going against him. But eventually, as my parents were very accepting of everyone that we brought into the house, well, mostly, but eventually they did grow to love him. They saw what I saw in him, his kindness and his creativity and the way he treated me. And so this story, I think, is reflected in this little song called Irish Rover, or the Gypsy Rover, because apparently in Ireland, You know, a lot of jokes were made about the Irish when they came to America, but in Ireland, if you brought home a gypsy, that was not a good thing for the parents to share. So here's my own story. It's a little strange playing like this, but it's okay. Gypsy road came over the hills, down through the valley so shady, so that he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Now here's a part you can sing. You'll figure it out. All-day do, all-day do, all-day. All-day do, all-day day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. She left her father's castle, she left her own true love, she left her servants and her estate to follow the gypsy road. All-day do, all-day do, all-day do, all-day day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Not it yet? All the settlement is fast as he roamed the valleys all over. He sought his daughter at greatest speed as the whistling gypsy rode. All-day do, all-day do, all-day do, all-day day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Came at last to a mansion down by the river Clay, and there was music and there was wine for the gypsy and his lady. All-day do, all-day do, all-day do, all-day day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Is no gypsy father, said she, the lord of these lands all over. I shall stay till my dying day with my whistling gypsy roll. All-day do, all-day do, all-day do, all-day day. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. That was 44 years ago when I met the art teacher, and we're still together. And we still have a motorcycle. But he doesn't have long hair anymore. He barely has any hair. Yeah, that happens. So, well, and of course, this banquet is all about volunteerism, and So, yeah, I've done a lot of volunteering actually with the Dulcimer, starting the Dulcimer Club, and we play for a lot of events in the community. Done a lot, that's been one way that I've done, fulfilled what I like to do with volunteering. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on the next song. But what was it? Oh yes, so I stayed in the public school. I taught band and music, elementary music, for about 15 years, and then got interested in music therapy. I was working on my master's degree and started studying, and I love the idea of music therapy. I had always wanted to do something in a job. In fact, when I was in high school, I considered a nurse or a doctor, but because of the fact that I fainted every time I went into a doctor's office, the smell, I thought, I can't do this. But then when I learned more about music therapy and working with special populations, and the fact that I love music, I thought this was a perfect combination for me. So I went back to school and got a certification in that. I went to, they didn't have a school in Kentucky at the time, so I went to Tennessee Tech in Cookville. I don't know if we have any Tech folks out there. I love Tennessee Tech. I've been to a lot of, I went to UL, Western, anyway, Tennessee Tech was my favorite. I just loved it. And I loved the music department down there, and I loved the music therapy field. And so I've actually been certified as a music therapist now for 25 years. And it's been such a pleasure and honor to get to do that. I've worked in the hospital. In fact, this reminded me when I was working in Norton Hospitals up in Louisville. I was working in the hospital where we had a lot of stroke victims. It was usually older adults that we worked with, and so a lot of times I would be in the ICU, and it's so crowded and busy in there. Either I had to strap my dulcimer on, or I also play harp, and I would strap that on, or I would find a hospital bed or a tray or something. So I'm very used to just accommodating whatever space that I had at the time, and having things happen all around me. You get used to that too. The beepers going off and all kinds of things happening. You just work around it. I ended up working in Hardin County with contract as a contract music therapist, working with children with disabilities and specifically those with autism. And it was just, I can't tell you how many times I saw little miracles happen, like watching a child talk for the very first time, because the music brought it out in them. And it's just such a wonderful field. We now have music therapy colleges, University of Kentucky and University of Louisville both have degree programs now in the state. It's not there. When I started, I was one of the first 2 music therapists in Kentucky. So I feel like I'm a pioneer of music therapy in Kentucky, because I really just had to create my own jobs at the time, since no one else really was out there doing it very much. I worked in just about all, from psychiatric I did my training, my clinical training at Evansville State Mental Hospital. So I worked in acute psychiatric and chronic psych, and did that for throughout the 6 months there, and then off and on throughout my career, including at the VA hospital in Louisville, working with psych and substance abuse disorders. So it's been just a great opportunity to provide music and see how that helps others. Right now, my main population that I'm working with are older adults that have symptoms associated with dementia and Alzheimer's. So again, it's wonderful to go in on days when I'm assigned to the different facilities, and often see folks that are unresponsive and quiet, and as soon as I start the music, they start responding. And there are, again, times when the music just, the memories are still there. It's stored in a different part of the brain oftentimes than where the dementia and Alzheimer's is affected. So it's a time when they can come back to reality and orient themselves and participate in a group activity and communicate. This week or this month, because it's Valentine's Day, I like to do a lot of old love songs that have been popular and during about the turn of the century. And as soon as I start playing, I see the heads come up and I see the lips start moving and they start singing the songs. They don't remember my name. Every week I go in and introduce myself again. Even though I've been in some of the places for 10 years, I go in and every week introduce myself. And some of them don't remember their name either. But when they hear this, now you younger folks may not know this. Anybody name that tune yet? Bicycle built for two. She got it. And that's exactly what happened yesterday, except most of them got it like in the first phrase. So if you know it, sing along with me. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer true. I am crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage. And you look sweet up on the seat of a bicycle built for two. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage. But you look sweet up on the seat of a bicycle built for two. I know you've got a long program tonight, so I'll just finish up with one more song. And so, as I was saying, what I currently am doing right now is a volunteer. I'm still working, and but I have slowed down a little bit, so it allows me a little bit of volunteer time. And I'm volunteering for the hospice program in our community. We have a very active hospice group, and so if the patients or those that have just been signed on to hospice, if they do like music and if they request it, we can, myself, I have a couple others that go with me sometimes, and we make home visits or hospital visits or wherever they may be. And it could be, when they first been admitted, they can still communicate with us, or it can also be in their last days or hours that they would like to have the music. So it's quite an honor to do that. Volunteering is such an important job. I think back about when somehow my mother, who raised 5 children and worked at the shop and was a preacher's wife and did all the things she did and made all her clothes. Think about that now, like, oh my God, how'd she do that? She literally, I was like, I didn't have a store-bought dress until I got my senior picture made. Because Mom made all her clothes. It was amazing. I don't know how she had time to do all that. But the time that was very special for me to see Mom in a different role was when she volunteered. And if I came home and said, Mom, we need cupcakes for a party at school, okay. She did that, and she would bring them in. Or if I said, Mom, we need somebody needs to help chaperone Sand us, hey, I can get away, I'll do it. So, and she was there, you know, with the band. She helped make our uniforms, and then she also volunteered. One of my favorite organizations, the 4-H. And yeah, the 4-H was so important to me growing up because I loved doing all those things, and I also just it gave me a chance to travel and meet other people. And Mom volunteered because Mom could do all that. She knew how to cook and sew and all those things. And it was great to see Mom in a volunteer role because I got to see her as a different person, you know, than at home being a mother and the disciplinarian and all those things that mothers have to do. But in the volunteer role, I got to see her laugh with the other adults and interact with my peers. And so I think volunteering is a great job. It's a great role. Communities have to have them. And I hope I can continue to do more as I have a little bit more time on hand. So I'll finish then with a song that's probably my most requested song. When I worked in the hospital, for sure, it was the most requested song. And even now with hospice, it's probably most requested. And that's Amazing Grace.
Let's give her another round of applause. I loved how thoughtful everybody got, how quiet everybody got for Amazing Grace. It's an amazing song, isn't it? We're going to get started on the real reason that you all are here. I hope that your food was good and that everybody got dessert. If you didn't, please let me know. At this time, I would like to introduce to you the Red Dress Gala Committee. If you served on the committee to plan tonight's event, please stand. Susan Clarkson, Larry Craig, Eddie Hedrake, Lori Brown, not standing but excused is Cecilia Stevens. She's waving back there in the corner. Denise McMillan, and y'all have to, okay? Kathy McGuire, and y'all know Kelsey? Kelsey Johnson right now, but it's only for a few more days. They helped plan this wonderful event, and I hope you appreciate their hard work. Okay, everybody should have a program at their seat. And in the spirit of saving time, I'm not gonna get up here between all of these organizations. Everybody here can read their program. So when I sit down, the city of Tompkinsville is gonna come up here and they're gonna do what, they're gonna recognize people they came to recognize. And the Fountain Run Women's Club is gonna be, what's it called? On deck, yes, thank you. They're gonna be on deck. And that's how we're gonna keep it going all night long, okay? Now, again, you're welcome to take any pictures that you want to take. Okay. But we also will have pictures available. And on the back of your program, it should tell you where you can go to get pictures. They are not watermarked if you want to save them to your computer, okay? When you come up here to represent your organization, make sure you let everybody know who you are, okay? Okay, and with that, we'll ask the City of Tompkinsville to get us started. While the mayor's coming up here, don't sit in a line. Turn your chair around if you need to, okay? If everybody get their chair where you can see, I don't want you miserable, okay?
Hey everybody, I'll go ahead and get things started. Michael Hall, Mayor of the City of Tompkinsville. Y'all don't know me. I'm not going to stand here long, as you can see me in the eyes. We don't get along too well. City of Tompkinsville would like to recognize a group this year. Of course, I know a lot of you, if you've been through town, you've noticed all the different changes going on in town, how things are looking brighter, they're looking better all over the place. And one of the big parts of that is all these flower pots that you see on Main Street and these flower gardens. And we would like to recognize the Monroe County Flower and Garden Club for all of their volunteer work, because they get nothing out of this except the satisfaction of standing back and looking at the work. And we think they deserve a big thanks. So if we have anybody here from the Garden Club, I have something to present. Now, you don't have to all come up, but what we did, many of you want to come up. We've got these little plots that say, "May you be proud of the work you do, the person you are, and the difference you make." And we've got some little succulents to plant in them. We did not plant them in them because I figured your garden. So you remember.
We have been in the garden club for 22 years, and we would like to thank all the community helpers out there that have donated money and toot their horn at us when we're out there working, and we appreciate everybody helping us. Make Tompkinsville a better place to grow.
I'll turn it over to them.
My name's Sarah West. I'm with the Fountain Run Women's Club, and I am pleased to present this award tonight for Volunteer of the Year to somebody who's not just a wonderful wife, mother, nurse, and friend. She's volunteered countless hours to Fountain Run and the Barbecue Festival and bringing it back to life. So Miss Emily Eden is our recipient.
Thank you, and I just feel honored for being able to receive this and to be thought of in this way, and just glad to be able to give back to my community and looking forward to bringing the community together in future events and everybody coming out to the barbecue festival and that.
Hi, my name is Sheila Jo Rush. And I am representing the Friends of Monroe County Youth. Tonight, we are going to award an Above and Beyond Award. Last spring, when the 2023 baseball signups were held in Monroe County, we had over 24 boys to register for the 10U League. Unfortunately, only one individual agreed to coach a team. Word quickly spread that Monroe County would not get to offer 10U baseball due to a lack of coaches. That's when an amazing thing happened. This young man spoke up and said, "I'll coach them all." And so he did. And he did so with patience, smiles, encouragement, and let's have fun attitude. That attitude that he's very well known for amongst the parents and grandparents of the children that he coaches. And he did all of that for the 10U team while he was also coaching an 8U team. This young man's willingness to coach the huge 10U team led to what may well be the most memorable season of baseball that many of those boys will ever experience. It was the season where they only faced their own teammates as part of a lineup that changed every single game. The season where they didn't keep win-loss stats because they were always playing themselves. The season where they weren't supposed to get to play, but they did. The Friends of Monroe County Youth are happy to present this award to Jeremy Myatt.
I hate to take a minute here, but I got to thinking this morning. I wasn't going to give a speech if anybody before me didn't, but I'm saying why. So bear with me, but I do have a few words to say. I honestly cannot accept this award. I remember when Robin came to me and told me about there wasn't any coaches and may not be any baseball. And I had no fears, no doubts that I had it. I told her, I got them until the night before our first practice. And I remember sitting on the couch just staring at the wall thinking, what am I going to do? Well, I've got nets, I got wiffle balls, I got everything, but it's just me, and I'm pretty sure there were more than 2 dozen. There were several of the kids that we had to coach. But after that first practice, once again, I had no worries. Because I found Tony Irvin, Kyle Irvin, Derek, also Tony's son, I had Randy Lee, Dave Matthews, they all stepped in with me and we did it all. We cut the grass, we put brick dust on the field, we did whatever we had to do to play baseball. But given this opportunity, I want to express to the community how our Little League program is right now, to be honest. It's struggling, it is in this county. The reason we don't have coaches is that a lot of people are taking their kids to other counties to play. And along with that goes our coaches. In baseball, we're at the same point as we was last year. We don't know where we're going to play baseball, and we don't know even if we're going to get to at this time. And it's not just baseball. In soccer, we've got, if it rains, and they can't make the games up because the football team has to have the field. In football, we don't have the pads that we need. We don't have the jerseys that we need. And then when we do get them, they get to play one game and the season is over. Another thanks that I have to give is to Darren Cleary. Last year he come into the TES field and he did the dirt work, he did the rock work, and he gave our parents a place to sit and watch the kids play baseball. And the more I never heard of this, but this is an awesome event too itself. And it's kind of got me involved a little bit more, I have heard that in Columbia Avenue there's a soccer field project coming up, maybe that we can have a new varsity-sized soccer field. And I've even talked to Mitchell, and he said that with enough encouragement we might get a baseball field there. So I just want the community to know, you know, that our Little League program is struggling. And I don't know much about anything besides fencing, because that's what I do. But if anyone could help us in our Little League program at all, or has any ideas, you know, I'd greatly like to hear them. And before I leave, I would like for everybody, anybody that had a kid that ever played in Little League, to raise your hand. Anybody played in Little League themselves? Raise both hands. What about a grandkid? And as you can see, Little League is a big part of this community. It is, and I appreciate this award, but I also appreciate, I have to give credit to those who helped me. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Cassie Strong, and I count it a great honor to stand here before you all tonight to give this surprise recognition, and I think we've pulled off the surprise. After 27 years in the classroom, this lady continues to be just as involved today as she was during her time teaching. Her commitment to the musical aspect of students' lives extends far beyond the walls of any school. She can often be found rewriting song lyrics to different songs and creating dance moves for local school-based clubs. And she pours her heart and soul into these activities and has for over 30 years. She touches the lives of and supports each student that she comes into contact with, and the words "going above and beyond" completely and totally describe Hope Mind. Monroe County Youth would like to recognize Hope for her service to and going above and beyond for the children of Monroe County.
We are the most blessed people here to live where we do, to have the children that we do, no matter where I would take them. I promise you, they just stand out among the rest. What I've always tried to do is for the children of this county. I love them. I've had many of you, this whole back table back here. We're blessed to have the children that we do. Thank you.
I'm Cecilia Stevens. I am the president of the Party Congress, because somebody else would do it. Tonight we want to honor some young adults that are members of our committee, and they have gone above and beyond to make downtown Coffee feel a better place. How many of you like the lighting downtown on the buildings? Our first person is the one who got that done for us. He brought the idea to the committee. He got with the company to get it done. He saw it carried out. Please give a round of applause to Zach West. I told you he had something.
If anybody knows me, I'm not gonna lost the word. I want to echo what Hope said. We have the best place on God's green earth. And I had a long, nasty link of pie before tonight, and put it in the booklet that everybody did when they moved here. And I had a long version and a short version. And Sarah said, "Boy, that's just way too long. You just need to shorten that down." So I did. But See, one night when I was, it's about 2013, Sarah's dad was helping in a revival meeting down in the Fed where I was raised. And my girlfriend was sitting in the back of the church, and in walked this Monroe County girl down the aisle. And I had never seen her before in my life. Had no idea she even existed. And believe it or not, I was the one who would call her daddy to come help in the revival. Didn't know you even had a daughter. Okay? But she walks in, and if you believe in love at first sight, don't believe in it, I say, I wish you would, because it's true. And the rest they say is history. But we've been married almost 10 years. But when she first brought me to Tompkinsville, I can remember before I met her coming over here to eat at Douglas. And my stomach would growl on the way, not from a hunger, but from just already getting poured up. I can remember that so clearly. And but then when we met, she brought me to this area. I remember the love that I saw in people and how the people came together. And it wasn't long after we got together that her grandfather, Bill Brown, passed away. And I can remember the night that he passed away, how the house filled with people that loved that family and how they came together and loved each other and supported each other. And I thought, well, there's something special about Monroe County. And from there on, there was a deep desire in me to get back to this area. And when COVID happened, interest rates bottomed out, housing market went up. We had a little place over in Scottsville, and I told her one night, I said, let's move back to Tompkinsville. And she said, you're serious about this, aren't you? I said, yeah, I am. I was homesick for a place that I'd never lived. And I just want to tell you that I consider it a great honor to be part of Monroe County. I appreciate how everybody's accepted me and how everybody loves my little kids just like they're their own, and how you love me and my family. I feel that, and I appreciate that. I want you to know how much I appreciate Monroe County and Tompkinsville, the heart of Tompkinsville Foundation. Thank you.
The next group, I don't even know where to start. They have done so much for downtown Tompkinsville to bring it alive. And if you enjoyed Derby on Main or Farming on Main or all those other things, please give a round of applause for Jessica River Sales and the Bohannon Stone lady. Ladies, please come forward.
Well, I'm not a speaker, but I really do love my town, and I love y'all, and we've had so much fun with these events, and we want to invite everyone out to this year, and we'll start in May for the Derby on Main, and we've had a lot of fun, and I'm going to let Janice speak a little bit, maybe Mel too.
Put me on the spot there. I guess just to reiterate what she said, we've had a lot of fun putting these events together. I had moved away from Tompkinsville for a number of years, and so whenever I come back, it was just so much fun to just jump into the community and this group. I mean, we always have fun. We're looking forward to this year and doing all the events over again and making them even better. Yes, absolutely. So I'm Jana Miller Sullivan, and then Caitlin McAlpin Brown, Leah Ritter Mitchell, Jessica, of course, Ritter Sounds, Leslie McAlpin Orich, Whitley York, and Kenzie Smith Pickup.
Hello everyone, my name is Leah Emerton, and I am a part of the Monroe County 4-H Team Club. The Monroe County 4-H Team Club would like to recognize a lady who was not on the program book because we wanted to surprise her. She has been a devoted 4-H volunteer for many years. She is a valuable friend to the team club and is always one of our biggest supporters. From helping with fundraising, hosting the haunted trail at the park, to actually attending Project Prom as a volunteer homemaker, she is always there for us. She will say that it's just a part of her job, but we all know that she goes above and beyond. For these reasons and many more, we would like to honor Sheila Rush with the 2024 Team Club Above and Beyond Award.
There's a lot of people in this room that bleed blue. There's some people in this room that bleed red, although they don't admit it much. I bleed green. I believe in the power of 4-H to transform lives. We're so blessed. We're so blessed. These young people are going to be taking care of us when we're in a nursing home someday. We need to invest in them. We sure do. I love all of you. I love all of you, and I'm so proud of you. I see you in the community setting good examples, and it's a pleasure for me to help you in any way I can. All of you. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Tina Hope. I am the Monroe County 4-H agent, and the 4-H Council this year decided that we would like to honor a couple of our adult volunteers as well as our youth volunteers. And at this time, we would like to recognize Judith Cunningham. Judith has been a Monroe County 4-H parent volunteer for over 20 years and a Triple L club leader and member of the Monroe County 4-H Council for the past 8 years. She moved into the role of council treasurer a few years ago. With all of the programs and activities, that is a major time commitment. She is a frequent visitor in the extension office and is always on call when we call her in need of something at the last minute, which happens all the time. She has dedicated herself to Monroe County 4-H by leading monthly club meetings, assisted with community service projects, and helping to organize all of our county events. Judith has acted as a true ambassador for Monroe County 4-H. She has put her heart and time into a program that she believes in. The Monroe County 4-H Council, the extension staff, and the 4-H members thank her for all of her dedicated service to our youth and our
I'm not crying. Rush, I'm not crying. I feel bad being here because my daughter is sick at home. And she's supposed to present part of that and be a part of this. But anyway, 4-H has been a part of my life, my children's lives. I'm just a mama, 4-H mama. And I just helped with them, helped with their club, helped with, I've been a part of the council the last few years, and that's all I've known. And when my baby graduates, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but, being the treasurer probably broke me in though, because the accounts had to be done all differently the past few years, everything was different. But I've enjoyed it, it's been a huge part of all of our lives for 20 years. And I love it, I love 4-H, I believe green too. As a mama, I believe green, so thank you very much.
We're also, we'll go ahead and do one of our youth awards right now because Allison Cunningham was our youth 4-H volunteer of the year, and Allison, oh, she's on FaceTime. Hey, Allison. Allison and Judith were here, I think, the first day I started, and they are so special to me. So I'm not gonna cry, Okay. Allison bleeds green. She started attending club meetings with her brother Josh at a very early age. Over the years, she has been elected for multiple Triple L Club officer positions. She is currently serving as the Triple L president and the Teen Club vice president. She is always willing to assist with 4-H activities such as 4-H Project Prom, Red Dress Gala, 4-H Veterans Dinner, 4-H Exceptional Egg Hunt, following, and these are only to name a few. One of her favorite 4-H activities is 4-H camp. She has served as counselor in training, teen counselor, and this year she's going to take on the role of adult leader with the 4-H camp going from Monroe County to Dawson Springs, and I'm so thankful she is going as an adult. I'm so proud of her. Not only does she volunteer in our county, her efforts extend to other areas of the state. She attends 4-H Teen Conference at UK, where she assists with various community service projects. Allison is a senior at Monroe County High School, and she will be greatly missed from our program when she leaves for college. But we know when she leaves, she will carry on what she has learned from being in 4-H, and will continue to make the best better. Hey, Allison. Love you. As long as most 4-Hers can remember from Monroe County, Bob Johnson has been a staple at 4-H camp. 4-H campers from across the state stand in line to take part in Bob's horse class. Bob and his horses can bring a smile to even the shyest faces. Youth who have never experienced being around horses leave 4-H camp with a new love and respect for both Bob and his horses. Also, campers at Dawson Springs have come to look forward to the flag service because of Bob and the riderless horse honoring the fallen soldiers. Each year, Bob hauls horses to Dawson Springs and sleeps in the camper to allow more space for another adult male to attend. While at camp, Bob not only teaches his class, he helps with everything at camp. Everything at camp. I would not have survived my first camp without Bob Johnson. We lost a 4-Her, he kept me calm. So he helps with everything at camp. He can be found making coffee first thing in the morning and then washing the last dish after the evening meal. Bob is known by all kids at camp and is a mentor to all of them. He remains calm in all situations. He even helped the new 4-H agent navigate her first 4-H camp. We don't expect Bob to be going anywhere anytime soon. Hope he goes to camp this year. But we want him to know how much the Monroe County program appreciates him. Bob.
you know, it's really not necessary to be recognized when you get to do something that you truly enjoy doing. And that right there was one of the first ones that we had when my wife took over the livestock club. We worked together. And through the years, watching him go from completely correct, the little camper that I wanted to strangle every night, along with the whole other group, and I will say I had two others that I've had had other kids come to me. Is so-and-so coming next year? Yeah, I'm not. To watch these guys grow up and to last year really calling on him to take charge of one of the cabins and stress, that's my reward. It's something I've always enjoyed, seeing them come out there, seeing them achieve, and a lot of times seeing them overachieve. And that's why I do what I do. Thank you.
Bryce Warren has been active in Monroe County 4-H since he was a Gamaliel 4-H clover bud. As a clover bud, he was already showing cattle and officially joined the Monroe County Livestock Club at the age of 9. He has served in various officer roles with the Livestock Club and is currently the Livestock Club president. Aside from officer positions, he is a great role model and leader. Bryce has volunteered with the Red Dress Gala, 4-H Veterans Dinner, 4-H Project Prom, and has helped with the Monroe County Fair Beef Show. Bryce has attended 4-H camp for several years. He served as a counselor in training, teen counselor, and this year he will be attending as an adult leader for this summer. As a team leader last year, Bryce stepped up at a crucial time when his leadership skills were most needed. I can't say how proud I am of Bryce. Last year, he stepped up in the biggest way you can possibly imagine. He became a man last year at 4-H camp, and I am so proud of him, and I am so excited to be taking him back as an adult counselor this year. He mentored the youth, assisted the 4-H agent, and was available whenever he was needed. Bryce is a senior at Monroe County High School. Monroe County 4-H and I will miss him. But we know that wherever he goes, he is going to follow his motto. This is his motto on the back of our 4-H t-shirts this year. Do good things, expect great things.
I'm not going to stand up here and say that I'm not a man of many words because a lot of people know that I like to talk a lot. So, but 4-H is just something I've really enjoyed. And thank you for this award. It's been such a blessing for me as a 4-H'er being able to do what I love. If it wasn't for my mother and my grandparents getting me involved with it, getting me started, I wouldn't have been the man I am today. So thank you all.
We're going to veer from our schedule for just a second. I'm going to bring them back in here. We're going to jump down for a minute. And, oh, hi, I'm Sheila Jo Rush. I'm the manager of the Old Mulkey Meeting House State Historic Site. We're going to jump down here and for a minute, and then we'll fall right back in order, okay? But I'm here to honor the 2023 Volunteer of the Year. Our Volunteer of the Year has been a familiar face at Old Mulkey for the better part of a decade. We first saw him as a little boy attending park events, and all too quickly, we began seeing him as a team leader at some of those same events. Last year, as a high school junior and member of the 4-H team club, he was required to complete a community service project in order to attend Project Prom. He could have completed any project anywhere in the county. However, he decided to complete his project at Old Mulkey. He sat down with me and the staff, and we discussed options. And when he saw our plan to build a balancing activity in the playground from recycled tires, he knew he had found the project he wanted to complete. He wholeheartedly took on the project. I only made one phone call. He did all the rest of it. He recruited additional volunteers, also known as Mom and Dad, and obtained the tires from the county's recycling center. He hosted scrubbing, painting, and installation sessions. The balancing activity that he built in Old Playground is a permanent and popular fixture in our playground. The kids love it. Now, they wobble all over it, and they probably just see it as some old painted tires. But for me and my staff of one, we see it as a reminder of a responsible, civic-minded, and willing to work young man. He was out there with a shovel just digging away. Ladies and gentlemen, Omulke's 2023 Volunteer of the Year is Mr. McLean Page.
I made many words. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I got to do stuff for other people. Well, it's just been a big part of my life. Thank you.
I'm representing the Monroe County Hall of Fame. Before I get started on it, Donna Sue, when I heard y'all was being recognized, I thought, I want to bring something for them because I've enjoyed those flyers. They're so beautiful. And when Sheila said, the only reward you got, I just know she's going to say a sore back and stiff knees. But I brought something and she would not let me bring it in. So if you'll meet me, I'm in the lower parking lot. I'll give you my donation to you all. It's 6 5-gallon buckets of cow hockey. I don't know why she wouldn't let me bring it in. But I'm representing the Hall of Fame, and I have 3 people I'd like to present to you tonight. The first one, I heard the name Tennessee Tech over that. This is an old T-bill bear, and he flew south to the Golden Eagles. And he's helped us out with our ceremony and our banquet and all the things of the Hall of Fame. He's got a good connection with Coca-Cola, and he gets our name in early for a donation for the drinks for our festivities. And I'd like to present Greg Hamilton to come forward. My second person I'd like to showcase is a lady, and a statement I heard many times, people older than me. I'm busier now since I've retired than I was when I was active, whatever it would be doing. And if this lady takes a lie detector test and makes that statement, she'll pass it. Cecilia Stevens, please come forward. All right, you come to you. All right, come to you. Oh, let me come to you. You done it? You said the doctor said to get what exercise you could after your operation. She is involved in so many things. I'm not going to start to name them, and I know that you know that she loves Monroe County. And speaking of Tennessee Tech again, my last man I want to bring forward has a connection to Tennessee Tech, and it is that his wife is a daughter of a Tennessee Tech graduate who was a longtime school-time superintendent here in Monroe County. Darrell Carter was a Tennessee Tech letterman in both football and basketball. And his, let me think here, son-in-law is a fellow that's helped us out with the Hall of Fame. I believe the first time that he did it was when Lewis Carter was being inducted. He came to honor his brother-in-law. And when it was over at the Wellness Center, we had all kind of tables to put up and trash to get going out. And there he was. He was folding them tables up and helped us out, and I thanked him very much. Of course, didn't think I ever see him again. But every year he shows up and he helps us out very much. Anthony Walden, please step forward.
Thank you.
Good evening, we've covered that. At this time, I'm taking the podium for the Monroe County Economic Development Center. And we chose to present a Lifetime Achievement Award tonight, and our recipient was unable to be here, but she sent a message, okay? This is from Miss Patty Richardson. Patty was the director, Ina's already smiling. Patty was the director at the Economic Development Center for, I don't know, for 12 years. She was responsible for the hula hoop activities that you saw in the square, the zombie walk. She brought a different way of looking at things to us. Her energy was contagious, her smile was engaging, and she said, "Wow, I must be tripping. What a treat." But you know, I was the one who really benefited. You all took me in, gave me a job, which by the way I loved. You let me put my weird ideas out there and made me feel like an important part of the community, which you didn't know you're Zach. She came here from Atlanta. She said, "Thanks so much. I miss y'all." Drop her a line sometime. She's in North Carolina now. She wanted to be here tonight, but she could not be. So that's a message from Miss Patty. I hope all of y'all get to meet her at some point, because she was a character. Okay, are you guys here? Good.
I served as the Monroe County 4-H FCS agent for a little while when I first started. Stephanie Hested has taken over, and she is now the FCS Family Consumer Science agent, but she is sick and not able to be here tonight. So she asked if I would present the award for the Homemaker Council. Lena Rose Jobe is honored to be the oldest living Monroe County Extension homemaker. However, old is not the term her fellow homemakers would use to describe her. Terms like fun-loving, encouraging, friendly, and giving are more often associated with the recently turned 90-year-old. Lena was raised in Monroe County but moved to South Bend, Indiana after she married. The distance from family forced her to lean on God, her husband, and herself to face the challenges of raising a family. Still, she missed Monroe County and prayed for God to bring her family home. In 1972, he answered that prayer. A rare breed, keeping house is a joy rather than a chore. Naturally, she wanted to join other women from the Hested Bowles community in forming the Sunshine Homemaker Club in 1979. She was elected to the treasurer that night, a position she held for 40 years. Since then, she has joined them and other homemakers in supporting many civic projects such as Project Prom, Angel Tree, and the Backpack Program. She has helped with bake sales, quilt shows, sewing projects, and so much more.
She has also enjoyed many homemaker travel and educational opportunities. Her daughters were especially grateful for the training that taught her how to make ladies' pages. I don't know about that one. One of her favorite memories as a homemaker was when we were all in Nashville in our nightgowns looking at the lights. I don't know about that one either. Maybe I should have stayed with homemakers. They sound exciting. Lena is proud of the friendship she has made through the Monroe County Extension Homemakers. While she isn't as active as she once was, she attends if she can, lighting up the room with her easy smile. If you have ever wanted to know more about homemakers, ask Lena. She would be happy to enlighten you and will likely invite you to be a guest at her next meeting. It's here somewhere.
Mom was sick tonight and wasn't able to come, but if y'all have a few minutes tomorrow, give her a call. Her number's in the book under James Cletus Job on Salina Road. I know she'd like to hear from you.
I'm Donna Sue Johnson, president for the last 12 years of the Garden Club. And this is Martha Sue Murphy. She is vice president for many years too. We have three people we want to recognize tonight. The first one is Ms. Wildine Carter. Will you come forward, please? Ms. Carter has been since the beginning of the Garden Club, and her activities include so much. She's very active in Monroe County Retired Teachers, Historical Society, and we couldn't do without her, and she has made the best scrapbook about history for the first 10 years, and we appreciate her very much.
This is quite a surprise. Thank you, and I appreciate it very much.
Our next person is Dean Getty.
Charter member of the club also, and when you come into Tompkinsville from Camellia, you'll notice the beautiful flowers in front of the flower bed there, the welcome sign, and that's Miss Dean's own project, but she's always willing to have water and take care of the other projects, and I had to put a little note in here, she makes the best cookies ever.
Thank you, Donna. Well, I have been a member of the Flower Garden Club, I guess since it was organized 22 years ago, and I've enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed gardening and flowers. And since I've been in the club, I have enjoyed all the members of the club, and we've become good friends. We work together good. If one doesn't have get to fulfill his responsibility, all he has is to call another member, and they're there to help. So I appreciate all of that. I appreciate the club nominating for this. I feel like I haven't done any more than anybody else has. I've enjoyed working in the club all these years. Wish everybody would think about the flowers and taking care of them and working. We'll try to keep working more on them. So I don't have anything else to say except when you go through Tompkinsville early in the morning and you see people up there with milk jugs and 5-gallon buckets and garbage bags. That's just the flower girls going to take care of their
flower pots.
The last member we'd like to recognize was a lady that had just joined our club 5 years ago. Miss Eleanor Dumont, and she came to us, by the way, from England and then New Hampshire. She settled in this part of the country, and she picked this because of the weather, and she wanted to serve his own. And she's like the other two ladies we recognize. She had a world of knowledge about gardening. I mean, you can ask any question. And that's one thing, we've never had a dumb question asked in the garden club. Every question is important. And that's what we like. We like the friendship. And Eleanor just welcomed us into her home. And we went many times when we couldn't meet anyplace else but to Eleanor's house. And she passed away the last of January. And we missed her a lot. Her's pretty fun. You'll see her right up in this thing. Thank you all.
First thing I want to say tonight is that all the recipients of the award from the Historical Society, the bicentennial was a group effort, and there were a lot of things that went on, a lot of things didn't go on, but people that were involved, I mean, there was a recipient more winners tonight, I guess. They were all active, whether it be sales or showing up at meetings or anything. All of them deserve it. And anyway, bicentennial, in case you forget, Monroe County had the best one that ever happened. Several events were planned, but COVID raised its ugly head and took care of a lot of it. But work continued, and there was a lot of things done. One thing was the Monroe County Gospel CD, which I have here. Shameless plug number 1, we still have these for sale. It was comprised of singers, all who had Monroe County roots, ties, connections, and the first winner tonight, or recipient tonight. I'm not doing anything. It was instrumental, not only helping choose the songs, but getting the copyrights to these things. I mean, you'd be surprised what it takes to get this stuff done. But her, along with others, they were really hard-headed, and I got to recognize her husband because he went after these things on a rush order, and they got a reward for it. I forget what town it was.
Spencer, Tennessee.
Spencer, Tennessee.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you go through Spencer on 111, you better slow it down.
And they probably tell you if you go through on 2 wheels, you better slow it down.
Well, when you've got a sign that says 65 and then all of a sudden you see one that says 35.
We appreciate his sacrifice. And the second thing that we worked on was the Monroe County Bicentennial Calendar. Shameless plug number 2. We still have these for sale also. But she was constantly digging, trying to find facts. In case you don't know, this was a bicentennial, and every date in this calendar, something happened historical in Monroe County. For her efforts, just giving you an example. You listen to this, September 10th, 1900, the law was passed that hogs could not roam wild down the streets of Thompson. Thanks to her efforts, we know this. And she still has probably got enough material to write a good history book, if not 2 or 3 more calendars.
quit rambling. Anyway, I've known this lady for a long time, and, you know, I also will admit something else. She is the one that introduced me to my wife of the day. I don't know if I can ever get even. I mean, I might never thank her enough. That was a joke. All right, Miss Carol White, would you come up?
I told you that hadn't been for me, he wouldn't help the days. He and Ellen had the same birthday and anniversary.
Carol, I want to give you
Thank you, when I got the message that I was going to be the recipient of this honor, and I didn't believe it. I kept looking at the iPad, and I thought, no, it's not right. So I got Keith. I said, Keith, look at this. What does that say? And he said, I think it's going to be you. And I said, no. And then I didn't call. I said, is this me? Are you talking about me? Because I didn't have a lot of fun with the bicentennial. This COVID hadn't happened for other reasons too. But I did have a lot of fun and learned a lot of interesting facts. They had me at the Thomasville News and courthouse. I mean, Miss Flake was, you know, she gave me access to the files or old newspapers, and I was just like, you know, I go, okay, I need something for January the 18th. Well, you know, that's my birthday. But a lot of times today, they didn't have anything for it. And one event that I found that affected Monroe County. So, like I said, rather strange, but it's in the paper, so it must have been important at that time. So, anyway, thank you very much, and I hope I'm doing more next year.
Monroe County Historical Society, we need new members, we need help. You know, when we're gone, the one that's here, you know, we need to keep our past alive so our future will know about us and their generations. And when we're history, who's going to carry it on?
That was Eddie Kedrick, by the way. He didn't introduce himself. Yeah. I'm Denise McMillan. I'm not as entertaining as Eddie, but I'll do my best. So we actually have a couple more awards that we want to give out. And the next one, we want to honor Larry Craig. He is a long-time, maybe lifetime also, member of the Historical Society. He's very knowledgeable about Monroe County history, especially in the Rock Ridge area. He keeps the grounds at a local cemetery, which is another important part of preserving Monroe County history. And just this past year, he has spent, I don't know how many hours, you can't count the hours, just to get a sign, a new sign for the museum. You know, they're behind the courthouse. If you haven't been to see it, you need to come visit it. But it's little things like that that probably a lot of people think, that's not a big deal, it's just a sign. But Larry put a lot of hours, drove a lot of miles into Tennessee to try to find the right person to fix the sign, to build the sign, to set up the sign, and all that. And that's just really important in making sure that the museum looks really nice and presentable for everybody who comes to visit. So we appreciate all his help on that. But besides that, he's just always ready to lend a hand, and we just really want to thank him for all that he's done.
I had this quote back when I was in college, and it's always kind of stuck with me. And if you don't mind, I want to read it, but it's don't exactly, my memory's not real good. I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I know, the only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve. That was written by Albert Schweitzer. And I like to echo what Eddie said. We would like to see some of the younger generation get involved in the history of Monroe County. There's a lot of unique things. And let me tell you one right now.
that happened back right after World War II. A lot of y'all probably remember the old Monroe County War Memorial Hospital. Well, that was actually built through what's called Hill-Burton funds. And every organization within the county set out, and we're talking about it right after World War II, raising money to match those Hill-Burton funds. The homemakers was the primary source of raising this money. Now, keep in mind the year 1940s, they raised over $75,000 for this county to build the Monroe County Memorial Hospital. There's a lot of history here. There's a lot of great Monroe Countyans that went on to do other things. And we try to keep that history alive. If you want to come join us, come join us. Thanks.
All right, we have one more gift from the Historical Society. And this lady, we're going to wait to say her name to the end because it's a surprise. But this lady has a heart as big as the state of Kentucky. She has spent her life dedicated to her children and education. And in retirement, she hasn't slowed down either. Just like Coach Miller said, you don't slow down in retirement. And I will say that in her education career, she really meant a lot to a lot of her kids, and especially my nephew, when he was having a hard time in his life. She just petted him and loved him and gave him all the love that he needed in his very difficult time, and I will always love her for that. But if she's not with her grandchildren, you'll see her in the genealogy room, which is another place you should come visit. There's so much information there, and the people that work up there, Eddie included, they go up there once a week, and people have called them and said, my great-great-grandpa was a Jones down there and somewhere, and they will search and look and dig through their books, and then the next thing you know, they've got a genealogy for this person. Listen, they've had somebody call from California before just to find information here, and they have done that. They worked tirelessly, and they started off a few years ago with one shelf, and now they need a bigger room because they're about to grow out of that room up there. It's in the upstairs in the old courtroom, in the old courthouse, upstairs in the old courtroom. So if you're interested, go visit them. But we want to thank and honor Ellen Hedrick. See, she rolled her eyes at me, don't she? She's already over 10. Oh, Eddie wants me to make sure to tell you he did not know. We thank you so much. Only thing I've got to say, because we love our community, we want the best for her. Thank you.
Good evening. Sea of Red, I see. Before I get started, I have a public service announcement. If you're parked in the lower parking lot, watch where you step. Thanks to Ricky Miller. My name is Gary Bowman. This is my wife, Julie. We are very pleased to represent the Monroe County Humane Society. Just one quick note, I grew up in Monroe County. This is my home. I haven't lived here for a number of years, but Julie and I come back way more often than we used to, than I used to, because of all of you people in this room. The flowers. I keep hearing about this new group of young ladies that are just doing wonders for downtown. Finally, I get to see you. I hear about you a lot. And there's so many other parts other than just downtown, but all of you are to be congratulated for what you've done for my home. I don't live here, live up north in the big city of red country. But we like blue, and we do like red. We like Western Kentucky. Now, you can't leave those guys. But anyway, thank all of you. Everybody in here deserves a lot of recognition. I know you don't do it for that. Watch out for the lower parking lot. Julie and I, as I said, we're pleased, very pleased to represent the Humane Society. Congratulations to all the honorees tonight. And of course, to follow Sheila, we want to acknowledge the late Judy and Dr. Jimmy Carter. It was their inspiration, as Sheila pointed out, that started this event. This event is special. So I knew your parents, and I thought a lot of it. We want to thank the community, which is you, Monroe County Fiscal Court, and of course our volunteers. You've made the Humane Society what it is today, and we have grown by leaps and bounds. Since March 2022, 936 dogs have been adopted, placed in foster homes, and some transported to other rescues that have helped us out. And those animals that I just mentioned, they came to us, we found them. Some were abandoned, some were abused, some were starving, and some just, they weren't needed or wanted anymore. So I can't thank you enough for what you've done for those animals. Tonight, we honor one of our volunteers for her hard work, dedication, and the fact that she truly cares about these animals. We think, I hope you've seen a difference in stray dogs, stray animals running around the county, the cities. We think it helps to be a safer place, quite frankly, and a healthier place here in the county and in our cities. Julie and I often say, we humans, we can help ourselves. These animals can't. They need help. So again, thank you all. One little thing, as you all, as most of you know, we work strictly from donations. That's our source of revenue. So at tonight's conclusion, I'll be standing at the front door. Should you want to drop something in the hat, we really would appreciate that. But if you don't, we understand. But you just won't be able to leave the building. So look for the hat. If you will bear with me, I want to read the rest of this because I don't want to leave out anything. So, if I may. Our honoree tonight began as a foster parent to dogs that were to be euthanized. She was not about to let that happen. She then became deeply involved as a daily volunteer, working to get photos and information to our rescue coordinator, Marquita Dubry. With their teamwork of contacting resources and rescues literally across the eastern United States, more than 150 dogs have been transported just in the past few weeks. As you know, we don't have a shelter here, but someday we're going there. Just mark it down, you young folks, remember what I said. We're gonna have a shelter. Right now, we have had a lot on other rescues, which we greatly appreciate. Our volunteer, she usually, when there's a small transport, she'll drive her personal car. Sometimes just a puppy or two riding in the front seat with her. One week, in particular, she drove to Corbin, Kentucky, then back home. Following day to Greenwood, Indiana, and back home. And yes, there's more. The day after that to Georgetown, Kentucky, and back to T-ville. This is what she does. The reason organizations like the Monroe County Humane Society succeed is because of people like Kayla Johnson Holland. 2023 Volunteer of the Year.
Well, I wasn't prepared, so I'm not a public speaker, but I do want to thank Gary and Julie and all the volunteers that help, especially Marquita. She helps me tremendously find them home. And without her, I couldn't make it. I started helping in June of last year, and I adopted a dog from there. And ever since then, I said I was just going to foster it, but I failed. So, and ever since then, I've always, if anybody knows me, they know I'm an animal lover. So since then, I've helped, and it's been an honor. I'm so blessed to be able to do that. And if anybody wants to volunteer, we need volunteers. And yeah, any volunteers would be great. And my husband, when I told him I was going to start doing this, he was like, that's fine, as long as you don't bring any more home. So, but thank y'all, and I really do appreciate this.
Looks like everybody needs to stretch their legs out a little bit, right? We've got a big list tonight. But I'm going to just continue on, and I am representing the Monroe County Republican Women this go around. And we have 3 volunteers that we want to honor. And so I'm going to start with Miss Donna Sue Johnson. And so Donna Sue currently serves as our treasurer. She spends a lot of her own time keeping up with our accounts and also our membership, and there's a lot that goes into that. She keeps all the records, she sends everything into Frankfurt so that we can all get our privileges of being a member of the Republican organization. And so we're so thankful to her for that. She's always ready to help with programs, especially to honor veterans and support our Young Republican Club. We have a great Young Republican Club at Monroe County High School we're very proud of, and she helps a lot with that. And so this award is presented for her tireless efforts. Your kindness and dedication have made a world of difference, and your outstanding service inspires us all.
When I was raised up in Allen County, we always, I went with my parents to vote. And no matter how small the election was, they was always there. So I expect to see everybody here to vote. Even though you might be on here for that. I still
Our next recipient is Jordan Emmert. Anytime, if you know Jordan Emmert, anytime you see her, she has a sweet smile on her face, and I love her for that. She is such a busy lady. She has her own business. She's very active in her children's lives. They keep her busy as well. But at the same time, she is such a valuable asset to the Monroe County Republican League. She has been instrumental in our fundraising, which also helps to support scholarships with the young Republicans. And she's just always there with great ideas. Anytime we need any extra hands, she is always there, even though I know a lot of times she probably doesn't have time. And she's thinking, I don't have time. But she still does it with a smile on her face. So to Jordan Emmert, she is presented with this award for her enduring dedication to the values of the Republican Party and being a shining light in the community. We are grateful for you and all you do to make Monroe County a great place to live.
So, for me, the Republican Women's League is very important. I voted in May when I was 17 years old. I've not missed an election. I voted in Monroe County every time. Even when I was living in Florida, working in Florida, I came home for every single election because that's how strongly I feel about it. My children go with me to vote every time. And when they turn 17, I hope that they vote and continue to vote in every election. Let's vote in May. And in November, let's change things.
All right. Our last recipient serves as our vice president. She is the face of the hub of the headquarters. That's what we call her, the headquarters. Anytime we need a place to drop things off, pick things up, we say, Sharon, take it to Sharon. Sharon says, drop it off here, pick it up here. And so we appreciate her for that as well. Being the daughter of a veteran, she's also very giving of her time in honoring veterans when we do any kind of program like that, and to honor our servicemen and women. And her motto, I'm saying it's her motto to me anyway. She always says, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And she means it. You just tell her what to do and she'll do it, and she means it. So we would like to honor Sharon Crawford. Her certificate, while she's walking up, says, this award is presented for her endless dedication, devotion, and leadership. Thank you for the innumerable hours you've given on behalf of Monroe County.
I'm very honored and humbled with this. I don't do any volunteer work, but I do with the Republican Women to be recognized. But I will say that I'm older than the other two, and I cannot remember an election that I have not voted in. So it's very important. My dad he believed in, he voted if he didn't do anything else. And he had to leave the fields to go vote, he did. And he was still that enough. So it's very important that we all go vote. And I love working with the Young Republican Club at high school. And I know Donna Sue and I went to something she alluded to. We went over to do a voter registration drive with the high school students. And we registered some Democrats. So we didn't call anybody. They wanted to register Democrats. I'm very humble about it.
I just want to make another quick announcement, and then we'll turn it over to this one. This year is the Monroe County Republican League's 40th anniversary. So there has been a Women's Republican League Club in Monroe County for 40 years. So that's actually coming up in March. We'll be putting some information out there on Facebook and maybe in the newspaper and social media. So it's going to be here. So we would love to have you guys just come out and stop by and say hello and celebrate that great milestone. So thank you.
Congratulations, the president of the Local Center for the Retired Teachers. The motto of the Monroe County Retired Teachers is reaching out in their community. This year, the Monroe County Retired Teachers volunteered over 15,000 hours. Tonight, we would like to recognize the 2024 Volunteer of the Year, Ms. Kathy Owens. And we'll let her know that yesterday she was chosen the 3rd District Retired Teacher Volunteer of the Year. You will go on to the state competition.
I just want to say thank you to retired teachers. I look out and I watch people that's come up here tonight. Some of you I had as a teacher, some of you I worked with as colleagues, and some of you I've had in my class. So, when you work in the county for almost 30 years in education, you see lots of people, meet lots of people. And I'm so proud of these young people that have stepped up. I'm like, you're very, very blessed. And while in education, I saw the need for a lot of help in this county. We don't realize, we're all sitting here tonight and we take so many things for granted. There's people in this county that are not sleeping in their home tonight. They didn't have food on the table. And a lot of those are children. So in 2021, I got this bright idea to start a group called Helping Monroe, and I'm sure you all know that. And we just try to help people. And for, I guess, almost 2 years now, we have a store in town that we try to keep our food pantry stocked. And it's thanks to all of you all, because there's some other people here who said that it's all due to donations. And I just want to thank you guys, and thanks again to the retired teachers.
I'm Jana Miller Sullivan, and I am part of the Monroe County Tourism Commission. And it is an honor to be able to give out our Volunteer of the Year award. While all of us in this room want Monroe County to be a better place and see great things happen here, it takes someone special. I said I'm going to do this. Someone special to dive in head first and get the ball rolling. Jessica has taken ideas of others, mixed them with her own, and without hesitation said, let's make it happen. She has taken the Main Street events by the reins, encouraged others to get involved, and use these events to shine light on as many local businesses, clubs, and organizations as possible. Jessica's fun-loving personality brings so much light and community, and so much light and joy to our community. You can tell how much Monroe means to her in everything that she does. Constantly working to make our town a better place for all of us, especially for our children. She never stops. She just moves from one project to the other. We never know what she's going to come up with next. She is a true visionary. And while sometimes it's hard for us all to understand what her vision is, we always know that whatever she comes up with will be great. Monroe County is so lucky that her vision includes making our town a better place. I could go on for days about all the all the wonderful things that Jessica has done for our community. But if you know Jessica, then you probably know that she absolutely hates attention. So for the sake of our friendship and the fact that we have to run a business together, I should probably go ahead and write this down. So with that, it is my honor to recognize my dear friend, Jessica Ritter-Sells, as Volunteer of the Year for the Monroe County Tourism Commission.
Janet is in trouble. But I didn't thank anyone the first time, and I sit down and I was like, I don't know why I didn't do that. But I really do want to thank everyone for listening to our ideals. And honestly, Debbie Williams is the one that had wanted to do the events, and we just kind of helped bring it to life. And it really has been fun, and I really want to thank everyone that has came out and helped, whether it was give a donation or sign people up for an activity. But I hope that we can only grow from this point. Thank you.
Okay, I serve on the Monroe County Tourism Commission, and when we started thinking about giving awards this year, Vicki, you could be doing this. They're so tired of me. Oh my gosh, come up here.
You're doing a great job.
Well, I forgot my cheat sheet for this one, but I'm here to tell you it's not too difficult for me to speak about this recipient, because I've been watching this recipient do amazing things in Monroe County my whole life. You see, so many times we get so used to people doing and doing and doing that we don't really see them anymore, do we? That's bad when that happens. But this recipient has done more for tourism in Monroe County than any organization I know of. They have put on the county fair for 50 years, the Watermelon Festival for 45. They're responsible for our annual tree program, and so many, many other things. But tourism, you think about how many people come to Monroe County to enjoy our county fair and the Watermelon Festival. And I promise it was better the way I wrote it. But I want you to know, I'll get you a copy, but I want you to know that I serve on the Tourism Commission, and we sit in an air-conditioned room and a heated room to decide how we're going to spend the transient tax that is collected in the local hotels where people come and stay for the fair or the Watermelon Festival. This group of volunteers, and they're volunteers, they're out in the rain, the snow, the heat, cold weather, doing activity after activity to influence Monroe County's economy. I'm telling you, they are a big influence to our economy. And we, Monroe County Tourism, we're in awe of what you all do. And we are happy to award you with our Lifetime Achievement Award. This is the Tompkinsville JC.
Holly, have you been after this?
Y'all start them young.
start them young and we are the fountain of youth. Join our club and you'll be 10 years younger within 24 hours. I think this is a surprise for all of us. We knew we were being recognized for something, we didn't know what. And I'm not going to cry. We don't do this for the recognition. We do it because we love our community, and we want to give back. As Sheila said, we host the fair and the watermelon festival every year, and the proceeds from our fair go to the Angel Tree, which is our biggest project, and we help almost 100 kids every year. They receive treatment, not just because of this group, but because of you all. You all shop for those angels. You buy gifts. We give those gifts to the angels. But then we go and we finish the ones that don't get brought back, that don't get something on their list, or only got one item on their list. But we don't just buy their wish list. We also meet their needs. The kids are why we do what we do. Why do we host the Monroe County Fair? Not only to support the Angel Tree, but in our community, that's the only thing a lot of our kids here have, is to get to go to the fair every year. And they can't wait to go back to school and say, did you go to the fair? I had so much fun. And we stand out there in the heat and the rain, and at the end of the night, when we're at the gate, and those kids walk out and tell us how much fun they had, that makes it all worth it. I don't know if you all have anything to say, or if I was even elected to speak, but I thank you all very much.
I was not prepared to speak tonight. Randy Kerr was actually going to speak. His daughter had emergency gallbladder surgery today. Y'all can keep her in your prayers. Okay, this person is the one you call on the holidays, the weekends, or at 2 a.m. She has rescued hundreds of dogs over several years, not only saving their lives, but feeding them, finding them homes, and most importantly, showing them love, something most have never known. She does this through Patch's Furry Tales Rescue, formed in honor of her own pupper, who is sadly no longer with us. She has over 50 dogs at her own home and continues to move more in and out each day. Everyone in town knows if there's a dog in need that she's the one to call, along with many other people that support her in her endeavors in several counties. She takes donations of food, blankets, and more at her shop in town, where she also passes out straw each year when the weather turns critical for animals. She's been honored by Modern Women, WBKO Hughes and Coleman as hometown hero. And that's exactly what she is, a hero to the ones that cannot help themselves. And we felt it was time to honor her at the gala. You cannot buy love, but you can rescue it. She has touched so many lives, both animal and human. After all, what better gift than finding someone her soul loves? Our volunteers a year, we all love very much. Jenny Cole.
But I look across the line, I see so many people that give me donations and help me with the child. And I look there for me, and be there for the dollars, that's what it's all about, it's not me. I just do what I love, and I love animals, and I don't think there's anybody in here that doesn't. You don't know me. I just want to thank you and have a good speech. Thank you so much. Oh, that's it. I just think that's a smile on me and my dog. Some of y'all might have seen him on Facebook, but they put in a rainbow. We was playing in the leaves. All 52 of them. There's several in there. So thank you. Thank you.
I obviously didn't get the memorandum about putting it on the shelf. Anyway, one March for us, and I'm here representing the Rockbridge Homemakers Club. The Monroe County Extension Homemakers are all community volunteers dedicated to leadership, learning, and service. Tonight, the person we honor personifies those traits. And you can read the facts about what this person does in the little program that we do. But I'm going to tell you the truth about her. The truth about her is that she's a good person. As simple as somebody that can be. She's always ready to lend a hand, to give her own time, and to share her knowledge with other people. That's why tonight we show our respect, our gratitude, and our very deep affection when we name Holly Baker as our volunteer for the Rockbridge Homemakers. This is my helper tonight. She just thought she ought to come up here with grandma. I'll make it quick. This is short. I know this place where we are. I've always thought it was a place where you could raise your family, you could enjoy life a little bit. Tonight, there are so many people that already help us with that. What can we do? What can we do about it? We need to continue this for the sake of our families, community, and the people that live here that just need a little help. That's what all of us do. My family and I will always remember people that came to us when we needed help. Some we knew, some we didn't know, but they came to help us. And I just want to try to do better. What can we all do to make it better? For all of you that don't know me, I'm Vicki Smith. I'm one of 3 of the new group, Tompkinsville Bolo. Bolo means be on the lookout. Our group assists locating reasonably priced or free items for Monroe County. Since July, our group has assisted and helped over 100 families that consisting of house fires, family crisis, single parents, and people working that just continues to struggle. We were fortunate to help families with Christmas with their children, and our goal is to have the people
to learn to research themselves and for us to give them resources for them to do so. But most important is our supporters. Without our supporters, we could not have done what we've done, and we're very grateful for that. I'll give it to Dolores, and she'll give you a few more aspects of our group.
Hello, I'm Dolores Strode. I'm one of the three we call us the Golden Girls right here. And we appreciate being here tonight to explain a little bit more to you all. But right now, we're operating out of 3 storage units. So if you got a building or a small house you want to rent, come see us, you know, if we can afford it. And in these storage units, we have furniture, clothing, household items, just whatever we think a family would need in case of a house fire. And we've currently opened up a pantry, and hopefully we can continue to grow it bigger and bigger, because there's always people out there that need stuff. If they don't need anything else, if we can't give them anything else, we'll try to give them some food. And I guess you noticed our name, embedded in it is the word kind, and that's what we all need to do. It's just be kind to each other. And Karen is going to be given our recipient tonight the award.
We have a young lady that has helped us since day one with our newly formed group, and she has supported us by posting on Facebook and advertising and getting donations to us. She goes and picks up things for us. She drops them off. She even has people bring them to her work so she can then get them to us. She is involved in so much stuff that I had to bring up the list up here. Anything in Monroe County that's going on, events, bake sales, fundraisers, she's right on top of it. And she's helped coaching sports, coach there for children, Monroe County backpack program, Santa's Christmas blessing, Shop with the Cop, Patch's Furry Tail Rescue, and many, many years with Relay for Life. So, Amy, you've been an integral part of our organization since day one, and we would like to honor you and acknowledge all of your time and effort and dedication to us, because you do so much that I don't think people know. You know, you're kind of the behind-the-scenes kind of girl. Things need to be done, and you get them done, and you don't want any recognition or any acknowledgement, and we just want to know that we appreciate your dedication to not only our group, but many of the groups in Monroe County. So we'd like to give you the Volunteer of the Year Award.
I definitely wasn't prepared for a speech, but now I know my mom was up here struggling. I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for her. Can't thank her enough. And these ladies, I'm always willing to do whatever's needed for anybody. Thank you.
And a bake sale for our club, so be on the lookout for that.
I'm a little short here, but I'm like one, I'm with JC's. Again, thank you all for all your support for our group. We've nominated 2 this year. One of them is a complete surprise. Our first one is Dave Jackson. He has been a contractor serving our area for many years, and we would like to honor him for his work with the Main Street project over the last year. He provided photo booths for a lot of the events, and just things for the community that he does. He also has created Monroe Moments page on Facebook that he posts several pictures of families, individuals, things that we may miss out on. We all can get caught up in the moment, and we just don't see a lot of those. We would also appreciate his help with the very special package that we did for our special needs. We did going through 100. And the things that he did there to make those feel special. He was here when he had to leave, so I will get that to him later.
Our second one is one of our longtime members, Miss Laura Jane. I can't say enough about her. She works tirelessly on all of our projects. From the pageant to the angel tree to whatever we need done, she's there. She is a very vital part to our organization, providing many behind the scenes things that nobody sees. A lot of it, I'm sure we don't even see because she's not there for that recognition. She's there to make our community a better place and there for the kids. She's always looking for ways to improve our community. Not only has she worked with our community as a vital part, she has also started missionary programs to Guatemala and serves to serve abroad and going on several humanitarian missions as well as medical missions. She's also a member of the Rockbridge Homemakers and the WMU with the Monroe Baptist Church. We appreciate her selfless contributions in the community.
Surprised me again. I was not prepared, but I was sitting there earlier thinking, this is how I was raised. I see a lot of people here that knew my father, Martha Sue and her husband spent a lot of time with my parents and Janice and Susan, their family, and Ricky Miller, and I'm sure there's more here, Sharon Prophet, where you know exactly what my father done in the community. So I've never known anything but volunteer work because that's what I've done since I was a small child. And I really appreciate this group and all the support that they have given me over the past year. I just think they mean a lot to me. They don't know how much. The angel tree is very special. And as she said this year, our new project was the special needs pageant, which was a very special project and probably one of my new favorite events. So thank you all very much.
Good evening. I'm Kim Anderson from the Monroe County Chamber of Commerce. I'm the vice president, and you get to ask at the bottom of the program, we're almost finished. So hold on, just a little bit longer. I'm going to recognize 4 groups or individuals this evening. The first one is Stevens Manufacturing. They have been a family-owned and operated business since 1957. Bill Stevens was the founder almost 67 years ago. He started with a ready-mix business, which over the years turned into a manufacturing business, which supplies concrete plants for the entire world. The Stevenses decided to do something unique by naming their plants after horses instead of numbering, such as Thoroughbred, Colt, Mustang, and Clydesdale.
And the falcon.
I'm sorry?
And the bird falcon.
Oh, yeah, okay. And so they're for the different types of plants. Stevens Manufacturing has provided numerous job opportunities throughout our community. This business is owned and operated by the Stevens family and led by President Max Stevens and deserving of the large business of the year. So we'd like to congratulate Our next one is Rolling Dome Pizza. They were created October the 1st, 2020 from a traveling food truck by fulfilling a dream of owners Logan and TJ Williams. In August 2022, the business opened on Main Street and the only original building remaining on that block that was built in 1900. Of course, I have a personal connection with that building. It was owned by my family for many, many years. They only use homemade sourdough, which they created at the beginning of their business in 2020. They also support local businesses and their special menu items with fresh ingredients. In December 2023, Roland Doe opened a second location in Glasgow in Highlander Draft House. We are proud to present the Small Business of the Year award to Roland Doe Pizza. And I'm sorry they're not here this evening. We had a misunderstanding. They did not realize that they were even going to be recognized, and so they were not able to come. So let's congratulate them for this Okay. Our third group is Bohannon and Stone. They are a home decor, home improvement, and clothing store, which was created January 11th, 2023. By Jessica Sales, Leslie Ulrich, Jana Sullivan, Leah Mitchell, Caitlin Brown, Kinsey Smith, and Whitley York. These 7 inspiring entrepreneurs combined their talents and brought a one-of-a-kind boutique to Main Street. These ladies, as a part of Heart of Tompkinsville and behind the on-main events that bring so much to our small town. They work diligently side by side with groups like Heart of Tompkinsville, the JCs, the City of Tompkinsville, and alongside other individuals to ensure the community grows and creates good memories. The dedication and commitment from these 7 Monroe County young ladies is greatly appreciated by our community and deserving of the Volunteer of the Year. So I'd like to congratulate them. I just realized I not giving anybody an opportunity to say anything. I just thought of that. When I thought, you want to say something? Okay, we'll wait till the end since I messed it all up. I was just trying to get through this so I could sit down. Okay, our last one is Susan Clarkson. She's one of our own, so I wanted to wait and give this to her. She is known as one of the most caring, giving, devoted individuals of Monroe County. If a volunteer for any event or cause is needed, she is the first to respond, which is so deserving of the Lifetime Achievement Award. She worked for over 30 years at the Monroe County Medical Center while still finding time to advocate for the Relay for Life for 20 years and counting. She has been a part of CARE since inception over 10 years ago. Organization she is an active member of is the Historical Society, Friends of Old Mulkey, and Gamea Homemakers, which she is the current president. She is passionate about being a board member of the Foster Care Review Board, which serves Monroe and Cumberland counties. This shows her big heart for others. She is also a part of the Tompkins-Monroe County Chamber of Commerce. She is our past president. She served from 2020 to 2024, which she also served as secretary prior to president, during her term as president, and now our current secretary. So we keep her busy. She has been married to Norman Clarkson for 50 years, and they have 2 sons, 2 granddaughters, and 7 great-grandchildren. She loves to read, play board games, and spend time with her family. So we want to recognize Susan as our Lifetime Achievement. Now, I will let our Large Business of the Year this evening to speak. Sorry, girls.
It was funny. I thought Lori and Denise just gave me tickets because I was sponsoring them, so this is a surprise. But it's definitely very much appreciated. On behalf of the Stevens family, on my dad, Tommy, and Pat Stevens, we very much appreciate it. I have to say this quick story real fast. It was just in Las Vegas in January for a show that we attend annually. And Tompkinsville has definitely made its spot on others that have visited our town. I can't tell you how many people come through the booth and ask me if we brought barbecue, if we had brought nubbies, if we had brought dough, all the places they stay with the Winds of Sweet, the Tompkinsville Inn. But it always makes an impression, and they get astonished all the time of how many red lights we have how small it is, and these big concrete plants go all over the world, and we're very lucky. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but there's only 5 ready mix producers, ready mix manufacturers in the world, and we're one of them, which is in Tompkinsville, so it's very special. Thank you. Well, we just want to thank everyone. Whenever we open in May, as many of you know, we opened on Thursday and hosted Derby on Main on Saturday. So that week was a little bit of a whirlwind for us. But the support that you all have given us and this community has given us has just been overwhelming to us. And we're so thankful for every single person who's come to our doors or come to any of our events. Thank you so much for supporting us. We are having a lot of fun, and we're trying to bring a lot of new things to Tompkinsville, so thank you so much for supporting us.
I just want to say thank you. I love my community. I try to instill I've got 2 of my great grandchildren, and 1 of my grandchildren with me tonight. I try to instill in them that they need to volunteer. They need to give back to the communities if they can. Because if we don't, it's going to. We do need the youth of our community to step up and take over. And I'm so proud of these girls that did that. Thank you all.
So I'm Randy Stewart, and I'm the Assistant Director at the Public Library in town, and this is Cindy Strokes, who's the book librarian. And on behalf of the William B. Hall Memorial Library, we are pleased to recognize our friends of the library members, Stacy Ty and Ashley Kingston, along with Jennifer Gray. We are so thankful for their love of all things for the library, their perseverance in supporting the library in the Monroe County community through the pandemic, and especially this last year as we have increased our outreach efforts and has been remarkable. They have been by our side step for step, always thinking of ways to help our community. Their creative ideas and energy have spearheaded several fundraisers and programs, provide much needed hands-on help for our larger events and continue to keep our friends of the library going. They have become such an integral part of our library family and our mission to serve this community. We are incredibly blessed to have Stacy, which is my aunt, Ashley, and Jennifer as our friends. Please join us for their commitment, creativity, and heart for the Monroe County community. Not only is she a friend, but she is a best friend. And why do you have to cry? Because it's been our cry. And Stacy, who could not be with us tonight, who is very disheartened that she couldn't be here. She is sick at the current moment. Bailey, her granddaughter, is going to accept hers. Yes, Mom really wanted to be here tonight, but she's been sick, so she wanted me to tell everybody thank you for nominating her. We really love the library. I've loved the library all my life, as Kathy Owens probably can remember. I just love books, because you can go anywhere in the world. You can be in a different lifetime. You learn so much about history, and I have about 4 books in my home right now from the library, and my family one I'm going to read now. We, as the friends of the library, we try to help with all the community events that they have, Easter egg hunts, 2008, she might take you a while to fill, it was just a couple people, but we come and shifts and help do different things for the library. We help with all the events that they put on at night. Every 3rd Saturday of the month, we have a Friends Day.
Hallelujah, somebody said. When we started the Red Dress Gala, we started awarding, the Red Dress Gala committee started awarding a humanitarian award. Clint Walden was the first recipient of that award, and we've done Christmas blessing, Turkey the Town, and last year we decided to take it a little bit different direction, and we now have named our award the James E. and Judy Carter Award. And so to present the award, we're going to do two tonight, one to an individual and one to an organization. And to present the one, announce the one for the individual is Dr. Jimmy and Judy's son, Jim Carter, and he's going to be assisted by Mary.
Well, first I want to thank the Red Dress Gala committee for continuing this tradition. And I knew the JCs were going to be honored tonight, and I just couldn't help but thinking about what impact the JCs had on me as a child and an adolescent growing up in Tompkinsville. And that county fair, to me, it was a big deal as a boy and a teen. Got a lot of good memories of that county fair. That horse show, just fascinated by the horse show. And it was particularly interesting if you knew some of the riders. And there were some of the younger riders that I looked up to and admired, and it was exciting to see them ride. One of them's here tonight, Gary Bowman. There was Tommy Willett and Billy Starr Carter also. And then that infield, there's one memory. I was about 14 and riding that Ferris wheel. And the Ferris wheel, of course, had music, and it was playing a Motown song by Stevie Wonder, My Sure Gilmore. And you know how the Ferris wheel, you can get right at the top and it might stop so someone below gets in a seat. We got right at the top and stopped there and was playing that song. And I was looking down there at the carnival and all the lights and all the people, and then looking over there at the horse show. And it was just one of those moments where time stopped. And it just created a memory. And then the Watermelon Festival. I came back here a lot in my 20s when I was single and really enjoyed the festival. And then later in my 30s and 40s, I was married and had small children. And you know, my mother wanted us to come back for a Watermelon Festival one year, and we did. And then you know, we came back for multiple Watermelon Festivals when our children were growing up. And each year, my mom would go down to the news office before the festival got here, a few days before, and get our kids the little Watermelon Festival T-shirts. And so we would take them down there, and it was a family either going together at once or meeting up down there when we went down there separately. But we took a lot of good pictures down there, me and my wife and the kids with our little T-shirts on, and mom and dad. And then, you know, Dad always took two cars to the car show. He had two old cars, car show was there on the old football field for those years. And, you know, I've got pictures of Dad and my kids in those old cars. And so the JCs, you're doing really good volunteer work. You're creating a lot of really good memories for a lot of people from Tompkinsville, and whether they stay here or move off, they're still going to have those memories at their hometown. And Lorinda Froge mentioned that she and I went to school together, and we did. We graduated together. And, of course, Lorinda was an excellent student, and she was in the band all throughout middle school and high school. And it was apparent to her classmates that she was gifted both academically and musically. And Lorinda, I think it's so good that you continued with your music throughout your life. And you've shared it with other communities, your own community and other communities in Kentucky and outside of Kentucky. So just want to say thank you for coming back tonight and sharing your gift here with us. I want to thank the Red Dress Gala Committee for last year renaming an award from the Humanitarian Award to the award that I will present, the Dr. James E. and Judy Carter Outstanding Community Service Award. And Dr. Jimmy and Judy would be very happy and proud to see this lady honored tonight. Susan Clarkson's name is synonymous with community service. We're not sure when she became so civic-minded because no one on the Red Dress Gala Planning Committee could remember when she wasn't civic-minded. The committee also tried to determine which local organization she is most devoted to, but they couldn't decide because she gives so much of herself to every organization she is involved with. Those organizations include, but aren't limited to, CARES, Monroe County Extension Homemakers, EDC, Historical Society, Chamber of Commerce, Friends of Old Milwaukee, Relay for Life, and Monroe County American Cancer Society Support Group. She just doesn't hold membership within these organizations. She is very active in them. And I was told that one page could not hold the list of offices she has held or the number of committees she has served on. Her volunteer work does not stop at her county line. She has also served on area, regional, and state boards. In addition to all these organizations, she is very dedicated to every U.S. veterans activity that occurs within the county. She has served as an advocate for cancer awareness all the way to the national level. The committee asked a couple people to share their thoughts about Susan. One of them said, Susan is a unique and wonderful individual, willing to share her freedom of expression for the causes she believes in. Also, that she is self-confident enough to dress up in any kind of crazy clothes that go with the occasion. Another person said, Susan is just the best. She's involved in everything. Susan knows how to take a hold and get things done, whether it's a bake sale, selling inspirational items, working a drug take-back event, or helping a cancer patient find care and resources. In addition to all this, Susan is a dedicated member of the Tompkinsville Church of Christ, a supportive wife, and a very involved grandmother. It is my pleasure to present the 2024 Dr. James E. and Judy Carter Outstanding Community Service Award to Susan Clarkson.
Like she was at golly, I can't believe it. I volunteered with Mary Catherine's and Jim's mom. Judy and I used to make chicken salad in the kitchen for the, we were on the hospital auxiliary. And we enjoyed that. But I'm so surprised and I'm so honored. Thank you very much.
As Sheila said earlier, we decided this year to honor an individual and also a group. And I do believe this is a surprise to the group, although you've seen this group already tonight. And that just testifies to the great work that they do in the community and how much we appreciate what they do. And there's really not much else I can say because everybody has already said it. And Jim, actually, you talked about the fair. You did that wonderfully, but that's what I was thinking about that too, man. Everybody in here, at some point in time, we all love the fair. As a kid, as a teenager, that's where you went to see your friends. That was the place to hang out before summer because we didn't have cell phones and stuff, so you had to go to the fair to see your friends, right? And so we just loved the fair, and even though the JCs today were probably going to the fair at the same time I was, but it's still such an important thing to keep going, and our community loves it. They have won awards at the Kentucky State Fair for the work that they do. I can't really think of anything that's not been mentioned about them and all the great things that they have done that I can actually add. The Angel Tree, the Toys for Tots, the Watermelon Festival. They participated and supported Project Prom, Holiday Hope, the Halloween, the events that are going on downtown. They support those. I don't know that it has been mentioned that they organize support for local victims of tornadoes as well. So we appreciate them for that. And we just want to show our love and appreciation for the Monroe County JCs for the James E. and Judy Carter Outstanding Community Service Award.
So we're surprised again, and I'll tell a little bit of a full story about the Angel Tree. This year, when you shop for the Angels, you have a certain date to turn them in. And after that date this year, I got a call from a lady, actually Mary Catherine and Jim's sister-in-law's Tom's wife, Kim, called. And she said, I missed the Angel Tree. I said, yeah, I have some that weren't returned. I'll send you a list. You just tell me what you want to do. And I went to their home and I picked up the gifts that they purchased. It's been many years since I've been in their family home. But it was very special to me. Kim and I shared a love for the Angel Tree. It was a program that she had supported in their former community. And it was just really special that, Kim shared with me how the Lord spoke to her when she was shopping with the Angel Tree, the things she does to
and the things that he had showed me this year here in the Angel Tree, which is our big project, as we've already said. This is just a big surprise. And we thank you all for all of your support. And like I said, we don't do it for the recognition. We just do it to give back to our community. Thank you all very much.
Okay, we're about ready to go home. I've got a few announcements to make. Everybody should have had a favor at their seat tonight. There was one Old Mulkey favor on every table. Charlotte, above or total? Total? Okay. Okay. At some point, every table got a set of car coasters that were Old Mulkey car coasters instead of Red Dress Gala. Yes. Okay. If you have the Old Mulkey car coasters, you also won the door prize at your table, which is the flowers in a vase lift right out. That's how Stevens Manufacturing had them made. So you can take the flowers, but please leave our vase. Okay? Now, that being said, we have a couple door prizes. Lori just stepped down. Carter, give me any number. Give me any number 1 to 178. 72. Lori, you got.
I forgot I was doing this. 72?
Yes, 72.
Kyle Urban.
Kyle Urban. Carter, give me another number. Minus 12.
Millie Page.
Millie Page. This one too? Or no?
No, that one goes.
Okay, all right, got it. Then, give me one more. 131.
Leah Stevens.
Leah Stevens. You're going to get kicked out of Okay, now, anyone who was honored tonight, we would like to ask you to stay with us. We want to get a group picture made, please. As you exit, you'll be given a keepsake program. We think we have enough keepsake programs, but we may not. So if you're part of a couple, the couple can get one. If we end up not having enough, we'll make some more. Okay? I would like to say this in closing. 1 Corinthians 13 says, and now abideth faith, hope, charity. These three. The greatest of these is charity. The Monroe County 4-H Teen Club collected $934 tonight. That's on top of the money that the Red Dress Gala Committee contracted with them. The greatest of these is charity. On behalf of the Red Dress Gala Committee, we want to sincerely thank all of you for being here tonight and for all of the charity that you show Monroe County. May God bless you, this nation, and our beloved Monroe County. I will see you here next year. Good night.
Probably a bank.
Yeah.